Hey traders, checking in on the stock market today. So we had significant crypto strength over the weekend. We're not seeing that translate into stock strength just yet. Some places certainly stronger than others, but bears came out with a statement into the close. We got a lot to check up on. So checking in on SPY, we had a daily inside bar today, and tomorrow's going to be pretty important because there are two different scenarios here. Number one, the inside bar breaks bull, the daily high or low is set, and continuation is favored. And the second scenario would be a bear break, no daily high or low yet, still tons of space, anything above 427.82. But the difference is if you break to a lower low from here, you then pull back enough that you create the space for a daily lower high to be the result of the next bounce. And then that sets up for the possibility of losing the daily high or lows and setting our weekly lower high. And as I've mentioned in the past, I believe that a weekly equilibrium is our most likely scenario through February, which means anything under the all-time high is a weekly lower high, and losing the daily higher lows is the indication that the weekly lower high is being set. So tomorrow's a pretty important day, and right now, for me, the most important stocks in the market, usually I say it's Apple, it's Facebook right now. And the reason is, it has not found a bottom. It's a falling knife. And it's pretty important. If you look at QQQ, very similar to SPY, struggling at the EMA resistance here, but pretty much two daily inside bars in a row. Today was the only official inside bar, but bears are loving top fishing plays. We rejected from resistance by 53 cents on Friday for a top fish, and then we rejected today by 35 cents for a top fish. And that is a trade that I took. We'll go over in a second, but it's the same deal. If our daily high or low is set, we can head back up towards that recent high, but if it's not, and we see a lower low here, we've got a lot of space for the daily lower high to be the result of the next bounce. QQQ, the holdings in QQQ of Facebook, we're talking 4.7%, and it's a falling knife. They can't find a bottom. Hourly bear flag at the end of the day, got right down to the low of the day. 224 is a double bottom. If we do not break 228.52, the bears keep complete control. So that's our hourly downtrend guide. And I don't have any confidence in the QQQ bulls until I have confidence that Facebook has found a temporary bottom. We know once Netflix found its bottom, it saw a massive move, but that was in conjunction with Ackman disclosing he has a position and then some upgrades to go along with that. But scouting a temporary bottom in Facebook, and it's also Google. Google and Facebook are very often more correlated with each other than any other tech names that I watch. And Google needs an earnings bottom as well. It started with a bull reaction to earnings, but we've given a lot back. The gap fill is to 27.55. And we're close to hourly back burner. First hourly oversold conditions coming off the all-time high. We got down to about 31 today, but we need to break the low of today tomorrow to see officially hourly oversold conditions, scouting a daily high or low with daily EMA support approaching. Google, both GOOGL and GOOG, their holdings in QQQ are 7%. So you add both of those up and we're talking 11 to 12% of the entire ETF are falling knives right now, Google and Facebook. They will bounce at the same time, in my opinion. And when they do that, it'll have an 11% notable impact on QQQ. So for me tomorrow, Facebook and Google are going to be the most important stocks that I'm watching. And I probably won't take a trade in either of them, maybe in Facebook. But if I don't, I still know that it's going to have notable impact on the open positions that I do have. Because I'm a bull right now. And I'll tell you why throughout the video. SMH, daily high or low is set at 266.48. And again, if we fail 284.04, we have not changed the daily trend yet. We must break that level to confirm the daily uptrend. If we fail that level and then drop down and break support, we're looking right back down at our fear low of 249.36. So bulls really hoping that the QQQ bulls, we have a bullish correlation with QQQ, just the fact that we broke the high of Friday and we closed at the high of Friday, or at Friday's close, while QQQ closed down 0.8%. But SMH bulls aren't going anywhere if QQQ can't set a daily high or low. And the end of the day action that we saw was notable for bears. So QQQ, nice bounce today. Anything above the low of Friday is an hourly high or low, but lower high and an hourly downtrend confirmed into the close. And if you look at the markets here, all of our major sectors dumped in the last 40 minutes. We did get a 5-minute bounce there, and we are bouncing after hours. QQQ's up $1 after hours, but that's a notable dump. And it was not sector related. XLV did it, XLF did it, IWM did it. So the bears tried to make a statement into the end of the day. Everything's up after hours. It's just a question of, can these daily inside bars break bull tomorrow or not? That is the question for SPY and QQQ. And again, QQQ is not going to break this inside bar bull if Facebook and Google keep free falling. Tesla, daily bull break over 944, but we only broke it by less than $4. So essentially 0.4% bull break. So it's this inverse head and shoulders we've been scouting for a while, technically confirmed, but that end of the day dump on QQQ spoiled the close. We confirmed an hourly downtrend. That's a red flag. That's a daily trend change confirmed with zero follow through into an hourly downtrend. So bulls need help, because if we drop down and break the low of today tomorrow, the most important level for me is 880. But a break of 880 from here would definitely be a red flag. Look at this daily EMA 12. 3 rejections, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 now. And not the close the bulls wanted to see on that daily resistance break. And I'm still in my NIO swing. And I don't even know what my break even is at this point because I'm trading intraday so many little positions here. But I believe I entered Bull Friday, I know that much, and entered a day trade size position in the 23s and sold a decent bit. I entered a position and I sold 2/3 of it. So my break even is probably real comfortable here. And I am giving the bulls a chance to break 25.23 to confirm the daily trend change. I will exit this swing position if we see a bear break of 22.73. So bulls still have to prove it. I'm giving them a chance to do so. And we'll see if they're able to. Hourly equilibrium today on NIO. Big drop, solid bounce, hourly lower high into the close. Didn't drop anywhere near as much as QQQ down to its low. So that's a good sign. But again, NIO bulls aren't going anywhere if QQQ does not set a daily higher low. Need that to shape up tomorrow, which means I need... My NIO trade is basically dependent on Facebook, is what it boils down to. XLV. Uneventful still. Daily little bull flag attempt, inside bar. If the inside bar breaks bull, we're going to test the high of the bounce, and it will be a little daily bull flag. If it breaks bear, still going to scout a daily high or low, but odds of a bull flag will decrease a good bit. Again, days like today, XLV has no impact on the broader market. XLF, lead bounce bull, double top. We did break the high, but only by 4 pennies. So 40, 48 is a double top at resistance. Higher low every day pattern 6 days in a row. Again, definitely the bounce leader. We've retraced very significantly, and we are only a few percent away from that all-time high. 3.5 or so. And we'll scout a daily higher low. Next time we lose the higher low every day pattern, scout that daily higher low, but not yet. IWM, trying for the daily trend change as well. And again, that's a major impact with NIO. Daily higher low set, stronger than QQQ today. But we must break 203.90 for that daily trend change. If we do not break 203.90 this week, bears keep confident. And I'm watching for confidence to trickle into the stock market world. Well, I'll talk about it when we get to crypto miner MARA. But crypto bulls making a statement over the weekend. Biotech sector, lead bull sector today. Nice strong close, uptick in volume. We closed up 2.7%. And the next strongest sector is IWM, up 0.5%. So very notable daily higher low on XBI. And again, this now gives bulls a stop to go off of. A break of 88.43 from here is definitely a major red flag. And that is a stop that is essentially 5% closer than what our previous support level was. Bulls must break this double top 95.62 to confirm the trend change. So IWM, XBI, NIO, Tesla already did it with zero follow through. All these names trying to change daily trends to start this week, and they need help from the QQQ bulls, which means we need help from Facebook and Google. MNMD, this is a trade I've talked about a few times, including in the MJ sector, cannabis sector video that I put out over the weekend. So bull move today. Today got really odd at the end of the day, but it was just a clear equilibrium. And again, we're coming from massive weakness. And we're seeing our weakest sectors, crypto, MJ, and psychedelic MNMD, are our lead bulls over the last 2 weeks. We go from lead bears to lead bulls on the bounce. Highest risk reward names. So that is why I have some confidence looking bullish here. And it's also helpful that all of my positions are very comfortable, profitable. And if I'm wrong, I'm only going to give back profit. And that's from building these positions. This position, I put in work. I put in work to build this position. I entered after the double bottom at 90 cents. I enter at 94. I sell half of that position at 116, anticipating a daily lower high. I re-add that position at 106. So now my break even is, I don't even know, it was 90, something like 88 cents. And then today, I went from my small swing size position. I said, it's looking like we're going to break bull. Crypto's really strong, seeing a lot of strength in the cannabis space. All right, I'm adding to my position. So at the end of the day, let's see what time I added. So end of the day, 257 here. Added MNMD averaging up, and I'll add more if 124 breaks. So that's just recognizing the strength, and again, averaging up into the position. And so I added at 121, I added 2 positions. I just tripled my position size. So if my average is 88 cents, and I add twice the position size at 121, now my average is, I don't know, but a lot higher. I significantly averaged up. Then somebody either pressed the wrong order. I don't know what happened, but you look at that wick and you say, well, is that real? Zoom into the 15-second time frame. And this volume was at that point in time something like 25% of the entire day's volume in one 15-second candle. That tells me that's one order. And that one order market bought $1.5 million and just shot through everything and cleared out the order book. And then now after hours, bulls are running it up a bit. We're trading up in the 130s. So what I did was, with the positions that I added at 121, I sold half at 128 after hours because I didn't, that move was way too quick and I was live streaming. So I'm now out half at 128. I'm out half at 133. And so that means that my break even is, 128, 133. So that means I gained about 10 cents on the other one that I added. So 111 average, 111 and 88 cents. Pretty much I got $1 average on twice the position size that I had earlier today. So I cannot lose on this trade unless there's a massive gap down surprise open, but I'll give the bulls a chance. Would love to see a break of 146 tomorrow. Not going to hold my breath, but we're in a daily uptrend now. Weekly stair-step pattern, months and months just dumping. Pattern broke bull at 110, which got my interest, and then built a position based around that equilibrium. So I'm bullish in the broader market with a lot of these positions, but again, it's positions that I'm comfortably, comfortably profitable in. So again, my risk at this point is just giving back profits. And the US cannabis space is strong as well. So daily higher low set here. Look at the big bull volume day Friday. Broke resistance today, but no follow through. That end of the day dump in the markets definitely sucked away that momentum. But I've got positions here added on Friday as well. So again, comfortably profitable. I think the average of what I added is 2170. So up maybe 4%. And just looking for these weekly bounces, knowing we're just looking for weekly lower highs. And again, I'll ditch them fairly quickly if the broader market continues to show us weakness. But the cryptocurrency space, the entire market cap of cryptocurrency gained $300 million, which is plus 17% in the last 4 days. From the low of Friday to right now, Monday, the entire cryptocurrency market cap is up 17%. That's significant. It's the highest risk sector that there is, and money poured into it over the last 4 days. So for me, that's a confidence booster in markets overall. We're seeing it in our highest risk reward sectors and stocks. We're not seeing it in our other sectors. QQQ is not seeing it just yet, and Facebook and Google obviously aren't seeing that kind of confidence. So maybe it's just a little relief rally with some shorts covering, and we're going to drop to lower lows. Don't know, but I'm giving the bulls a chance because I know that the best opportunities for entering extremely beat up names and sectors is at the bottom of a fear flush. And no better example than COVID, where the best time to buy anything was the COVID bottom, obviously. But time and time again, you'll see names that are weaker before a market pullback. The market flush happens. We hit a fear low that marks the bottom for the foreseeable future. And then those names that were more beat up see bigger bounces. So that's why I'm positioning in the higher risk names for that possibility. But again, I need QQQ daily higher lows to be set. And I need some follow through if I'm going to keep holding these positions. Canadian MJ CGC earnings are Wednesday. That is going to be the deciding factor here. They're trying to keep the uptrend going. The end of the day sell-off hurt Canadian MJ. And again, if CGC sets this lower high and then breaks support of 755, we'll be right back in a daily downtrend, and that will be our weekly lower high being set. But for Canadian MJ names and peers that are going to correlate, Wednesday earnings reaction for CGC is going to be make or break. Either the weekly lower high is set and it's a bear flag on a bear reaction, or we get further bounce follow through on a bull reaction. US MJ will likely see some reaction, but much less than Canadian MJ peers. So that's definitely something to be aware of as well. I didn't want to cover DWAC. Why is that up? Don't know. Nice bull move, but got to be real cautious on these names. Massive dump into the close, 20% or so. MARA. So MARA, we've got, this is a crypto miner. And again, significant move up here, benefiting from the crypto strength over the weekend. We're in a daily uptrend. We know we're just scouting a weekly lower high, but this is one of our market bounce leaders. Here we are up, we were up 30% today from the lows. And I'm interested in a new ETF coming out tomorrow, WGMI. And it's a crypto miner ETF. And its first day of trading is tomorrow. And it's going to build positions in names, I'm assuming, MARA, Riot, and peers. So why does that matter? What I'm looking for is what we watched in the USMJ space. In the USMJ space, we had MSOS, the new ETF, start trading. And it didn't do anything for a couple weeks. And I said, all right, I'm watching for volume, but there's no volume here, so I don't care what it's doing. And then the volume started coming in. And that triggered an all-time high run. It didn't trigger it, but it becomes a positive feedback loop. Because what you see happening is significant capital flowing into MSOS. We had daily average volume of 3 million back here. And then you see this volume start to pick up, and by the time we get up to the all-time high, your average daily volume is 50 million. So you see volume increase by over 1,000%. But what happens is the dollar volume flows into the ETF. The ETF takes the capital influx. They buy individual stocks for their portfolio. That causes the individual stocks to go up. It causes the ETF to go up. More money comes into the ETF. More money goes out to buy the holdings. And it just, in a bullish market environment, they feed off of each other to just be this positive catalyst for a run. I'm watching for that in the psychedelic space. They've got ETFs, PSYK, but what is missing? There's no volume. So I don't care. But I'm watching. But the dollar volume here is $100,000 a day. And there's another one, PSIL. So the ETFs are here, and they've done nothing but go down in this bearish market environment. But what I am watching for is for this orange line here, this 20-day average volume, to give me a steady upslope. And volume here, again, same thing, 100,000 plus. So start giving me $3 million of average daily volume a day. That's when I get interested. I think for MSOS, I said, give me 5 million a day. And we benefited from observing that catalyst in the ETF and the impact that the ETF then had on the underlying holdings. So you better be aware of watching the psychedelic ETFs for the same thing. And then in addition to that, now the crypto miner. It's a bit different because MSOS, they were much lower cap names. So a little bit of dollar volume goes a long way. MARA already has a ton of volume. So, today we trade over 50 million. So I'm not sure that the ETF volume is going to have as notable an impact. Psychedelic individual names have real low volume, and MJ names had real low volume, but the crypto miners have high volume. So I don't think this is now, I got real excited an hour ago, but now I'm like, meh, it's probably not going to have a huge impact because of the amount of dollar volume that we already see in these names. You know, if the ETF starts putting up $10 to $20 million average volume right out of the gate, all right, I'll pay attention. But just something to keep an eye on. And it's important to recognize that in the ETFs, and I do believe that I will benefit significantly the next time I observe something like that in the psychedelic sector and how the ETFs are impacting the space. All right, just thinking aloud. So I do have bearish swing as well. I got my bull swing and a bull lean for sure on the names that I'm in, but I top fished QQQ today. So while I was live streaming, you know, okay, I've got my bull swing positions, but I'm going to protect them. And I'm going to top fish the high of Friday. And so I forget where I entered. I think I waited on the 1 minute and I said, all right, if at this point, when we lose the 1 minute, high or low, every candle pattern, I will enter bear. So I went bear right here, entered SQQQ, and we saw another leg up. Didn't break the high of Friday, so I just held on to that position. Sold half of that position on this drop here because my bull positions, USMJ was holding on real well. Wasn't really seeing any market weakness, so I didn't have a whole lot to protect. And then I'm now still in some position. So I have some short exposure in SQQQ, but I just have a lot more exposure in my bullish positions. So we'll see what we get tomorrow. Again, I use day trading to be real comfortable swing trading. And at this point, I'm on a real good run here the past 2 weeks. I think it's been green 11 of the last 12 trading days. And I am just watching for that streak to break to tell me, all right, cycle shift, just exit some of those swings, back to day trading. And we'll see if that happens soon. Do good things. Appreciate you watching. Hope you had a good weekend. See you soon.